What's up, guys? My name is Ty Zen. Welcome to the cryptocurrency.market channel. This is a real world trading and investing channel where we share with you guys how we grow and manage a 7, 8, and 9-figure portfolio in the cryptocurrency market. You guys often hear me say that this is a real world trading channel because the reason why I say that is so that you guys know that we're actually doing it. And this is not a theoretical channel. We share with you guys what we do in the real world, okay? Because I struggled for many years growing up and trying to learn how to trade the financial markets. And a lot of the guys that I was following and learning from, they were not actually trading with real money in the real world. So the stuff that they were sharing with us, with me anyways, was not real world stuff, and I wasn't able to make money consistently. So that's why I give you guys a heads up. If you guys are looking for like theoretical trading or investing or something fun to do, this is probably not the right channel for you guys, because we only talk about the stuff that actually happens in the real world and what works in the real world. Okay, so in this video, guys, I want to talk about something that happened yesterday. So you guys see that I'm using this Panasonic GH5 DSLR camera to record my videos, right? Originally, I did it with my cell phone, my Samsung S8 phone, and then, as I got better with video, I upgraded to this DSLR camera because it was more accurate, and plus it had 4K video capabilities. And then also, when I was shooting my boot camps and stuff like that, I was able to use this camera to record like 5-10 hours worth of video at a time. However, there's one thing I don't like about this camera, is that it's not very good in low lighting conditions. Like after 6 o'clock, it's really hard for me to shoot with this camera, and because the video gets real grainy and it's not very clear like the Sony cameras are. And then the other thing that really annoys the hell out of me is that this camera doesn't focus very well. The autofocus does not work very well. So when I'm moving around, as I'm talking and stuff, the face detection, just the autofocus is not the best. So the best camera for autofocus is the Canon camera. So yesterday, I go into this Canon dealership, the Canon camera headquarters in the city of Bangkok. I'm broadcasting from Bangkok in Thailand right now. So I go in there and I'm looking for this 4K camera, and it's like the model 405, something like that, right? And I go in there and I find out they discontinued it. And the guy that was explaining to me about the camera, he was showing me the newer models, and the model that I was looking for is an older model, and they discontinued it in like 3-4 months ago, and I did not know that. So I was shopping for something that was a discontinued product. So he was showing me these new cameras and everything, and we got to talking, and so just so you guys know, these cameras that cost whatever the cost is in America, you can pretty much almost double it for the cost of that electronic in Thailand, in Asia, in Southeast Asia, in Vietnam, Cambodia, and places like that, because they charge a high tariff, a tax, to sell it in the country. I did not know that. If I knew that, I would have bought all my electronic equipment in the US before going back to Asia to retire. Okay, so if you guys are planning to come back to Asia to retire, make sure you get all your computers, cell phones, laptops, everything you ever want over there. So when you come here, you don't have to pay double the price, all right? So anyways, so I was talking, and when he found out that I had retired from crypto, right, he was very fascinated, because crypto, Bitcoin, everything is hot in the market right now, so everyone's talking about it. So he was curious how I got into crypto. And I told him, he said that, you sound like an interesting person, Ty, like, how did you come across this crypto many years ago, and how did you get into it when nobody knew about it, and nobody was, there was not much interest in it, right? And the world did not know about it. And the answer is very simple, guys, right? The answer is very simple. I told him that, one of the keys to making money, right, is to be able to learn to identify talent, okay? Learn to identify talent and learn to identify value. Your eyes have to see people with talent, and your eyes need to see people that know how to create value in this world, okay? And let me give you guys two examples, or several examples, because this might be a very abstract concept, so I gotta explain to you with different visual examples, okay? So, for example, when the automobile was first invented back, over 100 years ago, when the automobile was first invented, the people that rode horses did not see the value in a mechanical transportation device. They thought it was ugly looking, it did not look prestigious, the early cars did not look fancy, they did not look pretty. It was a big chunk of metal that was shooting out a ton of diesel smoke, and it stank. It was not comfortable to ride in, and there was nothing that you could say that was good about it, okay? And that's why most people ignored the automobile when it was first invented. The only thing that you would see that was valuable about the invention of the automobile was that you did not have to stop the automobile for it to eat grass and take a piss and take a dump and all that every 30 minutes or 1 hour or however long that a horse can travel before it has to stop and rest. So that was the biggest takeaway, the biggest value creator in the automobile, was that it allowed humans to be able to do work or transport supplies and materials for a long period of time, and the only time it needs rest is when it runs out of diesel or runs out of fuel, and then you refuel it and then it keeps running again. Now if we look at it today, that concept is very simple to understand. Like, why wouldn't someone be able to see the value of a mechanical transportation device that can transport products for a long distance, for a long period of time, non-stop, and the only time it needs to stop is to refuel, right? Why couldn't someone see that? Now, the answer is this, guys. It's very simple. The answer is that some people can see value immediately when they see something new. There's three groups of people that I've noticed. There are people that can see value immediately. On one end of the spectrum, there's people that when they see a new technology, they see the value immediately, they see the value in it. And then there are some that's the opposite, that no matter what you show them, they never see it. They never see the value of that, okay? And then there's the group in the middle that they're on the fence. They don't know, like, hey, does this mechanical transportation device, does this really have value? They don't know. They don't show. They're not leaning towards this side. They're not leaning towards this side. They just don't know. But if they get enough information from a reliable source, then they can make their decision to go to either side with their opinions about it, okay? Now, the example of the automobile is one example. Let's take another example of the guns and ammunition. So even though we know that China, I think it's pretty much undisputed that China invented gunpowder. However, when they were invaded by the Europeans that was trying to colonize China, back over 100 years ago, whatever, right? They brought in the guns into China, into Japan, and places like that when the Europeans were trying to, invade those countries. And what happened was, when they shot a Japanese with a European rifle or a gun, or they shot a Chinese with it and killed them, there were still people that did not see the value. There were, Chinese and Japanese that did not see the value in that firearm. They did not see the value in that gun, right? They did not see that gun had more value than a sword or a knife or a stick or a hammer or a machete. They didn't see that. They couldn't see that, hey, with this weapon, I can stand 100 meters away from you and pull the trigger and shoot you. And if I hit you with this piece of lead, that I'm going to kill you, right? I don't have to stand up next to you. And, according to the Chinese and the Japanese culture, there was some cultural ideology that influenced it too, that prevented them from being able to see that as a valuable weapon, because they didn't think it was honorable to kill somebody from a long distance and sneak up on them and shoot them in the back and things like that. The Europeans didn't have any problems with that. Hey, look, we're trying to invade your country, we're trying to take your land, so if we can shoot you from 100 meters away and not have to fight you and risk getting killed or something, we're going to do that, because it's easier to take your land by shooting you from 100 meters away, okay? Now, I don't know if the guns actually shot 100 meters or 50 meters. I'm just using numbers, okay? If I'm wrong about the guns or the numbers, then don't worry about it. Just understand the lesson, all right? Some of you guys, especially some of you engineers, you guys get too picky all the time. It's supposed to be, 60 meters, not 100 meters, or stupid shit like that. Don't worry about it. Just understand the concepts that I'm trying to understand here, okay? Don't forget, guys, I came to America as a Vietnamese refugee after the war. I'm a high school dropout. I hung around the wrong friends, living in the ghetto black neighborhoods in America, and I messed with drugs. I went to prison for nearly 14 years. So I came out. So I'm not the sharpest, bulb or the sharpest tool in the shed that you're gonna find. I'm not the brightest bulb that you're gonna find at the hardware store, like at Home Depot or something like that. So don't jump on my ass, okay? I'm telling you ahead of time, I'm not the sharpest dude, okay? But I know how to make money from crypto. That's all I care about. You can be the smartest dude as long as I know how to make life-changing profits from Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. That's all I care about. That's all my family cares about either. My wife has never said, you're a smart dude, or, you're a bright dude, Ty, that's why I married you. She's like, hey man, I know you got potential to make money when other guys, I don't see them having potential to make money. That's why I'm marrying you. I'm mating with you, and I'm gonna have kids with you and not some other guy. Okay, so don't you guys be smart, if you want, but you don't have to be to make life-changing profits in crypto, all right? So I shared with you guys the first example of the automobile. I shared with you guys the example of the firearms, right? And that's how, I think in history they called it the Boxer Rebellion, where a bunch of kung fu martial artist guys in China tried to fight a bunch of Europeans with guns, and they all got hurt and they all got killed or stuff like that. And that's when it woke up China, like, hey man, we got to figure out how to use this gun or something. Now, keep in mind, guys, if you're Chinese and you're listening to this and you say, hey, Ty, man, that's not the correct history of the Boxer Rebellion or anything like that, right? That's not an accurate history of how it happened, in China, whatever. Guys, remember, I got brainwashed by the American history books, okay? So I haven't been exposed to the Chinese history books. So the only thing I know is the history, the Chinese history that I learned when I was in America, okay? So if I get it wrong, right, so just let me know where to get the correct source, right? And I'll take a look at it. But anyways, so the two examples there is that a new invention such as a mechanical transportation device, and people couldn't accept it. And then we have another invention where we have a projectile weapon that can project a piece of lead over 50, 20, 50, 100 meters and kill someone, and people saw that and they didn't see value in that, all right? So the reason why I'm sharing these examples with you guys is that in the world of crypto, right, there are a group of people, a smaller group of people where they get it. They get it. They see the crypto technology, they see the blockchain technology, they see the Bitcoin technology, and they immediately get it. Let's talk about who some of these people are, right? Obviously, for example, my business partner and my friend, the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned, LeonFu.com, the great oracle of crypto, he is one of those guys. He's on one of those guys that's one end of the spectrum where when I sent him the Bitcoin white paper, he ran out and bought his first Bitcoins for $60, right? Immediately he went out and bought it. I told him, hey, go read this white paper and tell me why this is a scam, and make a few bullet points of why this is a scam, so that I can tell these miners that are mining Bitcoin why it's a scam, so they can stop messing around with it. And instead of telling me why it's a scam, he went out and bought a bunch of it. And then when I contacted him, he said, hey man, it's not a scam, you should go buy a bunch of this. Okay, so I trust him, so I went and bought a bunch of Bitcoins too, all right? Now, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. He saw the value immediately. I was the people in the middle. I was the people in the middle, right? There's three people. I was the one in the middle. Leon was over here. He got it. The minute he didn't even finish reading the white paper, and he knew that this would work, okay? For me, I didn't know nothing about computer science. I don't know anything about math. I'm one of those Asian guys that's, those rare, very extremely rare number of Asian guys that suck at math and science. That's me, okay? So I didn't understand shit, but I trusted Leon, and I know he knows math and science much better than I do. So when he said for me to buy it, I don't give a shit, I'll go buy it, I mean, $100 Bitcoins, $150 Bitcoins, $200 Bitcoins, what's gonna hurt? If I go spend $1,000 on it, all right? So I understood it. I got it. So I'm one of those. Then there are people that worked around me. You know, I used to fly around the country in America to teach people how to trade stocks and futures and Forex and things like that, and coach them how to do it. And I would tell people, and they didn't get it. Even though they were active traders, made money trading stocks, Forex, futures, options, and everything, they just did not get it. They just did not get it. And no matter what I tell them, they just did not get it. Okay? So those are the three groups of people, right? And so your job in trading, investing, and any of this stuff, whether it's in the stock market or in the crypto market or in the real estate market, any type of money any type of asset class that you invest in, whether it's bonds, stocks, options, Forex, futures, crypto, anything, right? You got to develop and you got to practice developing the eyes to recognize talent and value. And people with talent and recognize the value that they create. So I said that Leon is one of those people. The Honorable Grandmaster, LeonFu.com, my business partner, right? He is one of those. So when I first met him on the streets, when we were both single and we were trying to pick up girls in the downtown area, in the club district of the city of Austin, in the state of Texas, in America, he was telling me to get into Apple stocks in 2007 or 2008. And then later on, he told me to get into Facebook stocks when they went public in 2009 or 2010. I think it was 2010. Okay. And then later on, he tried to get me into Tesla. And now all these stocks, if I would have just put $1,000 or $2,000, which I could have easily saved up, you know, after a few weeks or months and buy it, I could have made a killing in any of these stocks. Just one of them was enough to make me a shitload of life-changing profits. But I didn't listen to him. So by the time I got to Bitcoin, I listened because I saw how many times I missed out on all the other stuff. So now when he's telling me that, I'm jumping in, okay? So now I'm telling you that because I recognized early on when I first met Leon that this guy has got talent. He's got an eye to see value in stocks that I can't see. For whatever reason, I don't understand. He kept telling me that the iPhone is not a phone. It's a platform for people to build software on top of. And he kept telling me that you're not investing into a phone company. You're not investing into, he goes, you're investing into a company that is building a platform and other people are going to build apps on top of it and they're going to make a shitload of money and Apple's going to make a ton of money from all the apps that are built on top of this iPhone platform. And I was like, what the hell are you even talking about, right? But I should have trusted him. It didn't matter if I understood it or not. I should have trusted him. And, you know, if you have friends that are around you that you don't trust, right, you shouldn't have them as friends. You should go find people that you should trust that are around you that you can call friends and that you can trust, all right? So that's a huge lesson for me. That's why when I got to Bitcoins, I was able to invest in it because he had proven to me multiple times that he told me, get into this stock, get into this stock, get into this stock, and I didn't listen to him. And so by the time he told me to get into Bitcoin, I did, okay? And made sure I got enough to make up for all the other times that I didn't listen to him, okay? And it turned out it worked, okay? So that is an example of having the eye to see someone with talent, okay? So now, after that mistake with Leon, with Apple, with Facebook, with Tesla stocks and all that, I started to realize, hey man, I need to really keep an eye out for people with talent, okay? I really need to keep an eye out for people with talent. Is that my phone? Okay. I hear the phone. Hey, I'm shooting a video, so I'll call you back later. I'm shooting a video, man. Let me turn this phone off. Okay, so back to what I was saying. The reason why I share that with you guys about Leon is I'm about to share you guys a second example. So in 2014, me and Leon go to this Bitcoin conference in Texas. It was called the Texas Bitcoin Conference in the state of Texas, in the southern part of America, right? So we go there, and I see this little Russian-looking sounding kid, and I'm watching him, and there was a bunch of 40-year-old, 50-year-old grizzled old white guys, with beards. You can tell they're like straight up classic American nerds, man, like engineers and stuff. And they were hammering this little young Russian kid, right, about this Ethereum project, right? And we find out, like we've seen him on video before, and this kid named Vitalik, right? You can go to our channel and watch the videos of me interviewing him. And I saw him, the way that he was interacting with all the other engineers. He spoke and everything, and everybody was like ooh and ah. And even my business partner, Leon, who is an engineer at Dell Computers, he was like, man, this kid's got talent, right? And I can see, I watched him, right? I was like, man, this kid's like 19 years old, and he's got these guys, mesmerized with this blockchain technology stuff. Now, keep in mind, guys, I don't understand a damn thing he was saying. If you ask me, hey, Ty, did you even understand 1% of what Vitalik was saying? The answer is hell no, man. I'm one of those dumbass Asians that don't know shit about math and science. How the hell would I understand what he's saying? But here's what I do understand. I grew up on the streets, guys. You guys know I grew up in the hood, in the ghetto, in America, right? In the in East Texas. So I grew up on the streets, and I spent almost 14 years in federal prison in the U.S. for drugs that I didn't have. So what I saw was this. One thing I know in the streets is that the guys that are for real, the guys that are straight up for real, right? The real Bloods, the real Crips, the real gangsters, the guys that are actually somebody in life, right? They don't let their emotions get affected by anyone around them. That's how you know that these guys are for real. One of the characteristics that I look at when I say, is this guy for real? Does he really know what he's talking about, right? So I watch Vitalik. I'm watching on the side. I'm watching him interact with all these other people, right? That's questioning him, challenging him, and testing him about his blockchain knowledge and skills, and about what he wants to build with Ethereum and everything. And I'm watching him, and he doesn't flinch. He doesn't get emotional. He doesn't overreact. He doesn't get butt hurt. Like some of these people, when you tell them, hey, I disagree with you about that, I don't think 2 + 2 = 5, or some shit like that, they get emotionally hurt, man. Like they're about to have a nervous breakdown because you disagree with them, right? Those people don't know shit, and they don't do shit, okay? So this guy, he's 19 years old or 20 years old at that time. I'm watching him interact with all these adults, and he's flawless. Like, he has no emotional pain. He's not struggling emotionally. So I'm watching, as a street smart guy, I'm watching how he handles it emotionally. And he handles the objections, he handles the challenges, he handles the questioning and the interrogations and the interviews. No problem. Emotionally, he doesn't flinch emotionally. And so that's why I said, man, this guy's got some talent, man. For him to be 19, 20 years old and being challenged by all these high-level experience, corporate engineers and stuff, he's got talent, man. So I told my business partner, the Honorable Grandmaster, LeonFu.com at that time, I said, man, whatever this dude is doing, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but we got to invest into him, man. And that's what I call recognizing talent before it happens, right? It's easy to say, oh, Vitalik is talented. He's got he built he started a project that went up to 186 billion market cap in 2017. Yeah, he's talented. It's easy to recognize that talent after he already built $180-something billion project. Yeah, it's easy. But can you recognize it when the project was just $0? Can you recognize that talent in him? And not only in him, but can you recognize the value in his project, in a smart contract platform, right? Now, I don't know nothing about computer science. I don't know shit about computer science. I don't know anything about math. I barely know anything about computers. But I do know this. If you're telling me that, hey, Ty, we are going to build a money platform or a financial platform where, hey, if you say, hey, if this happens, do this. If this happens, do this. Right? What do you mean if A happens, do B? Okay, like if you leave your money to your kids, right, and you want them to get the money after they graduate from the university, okay, the software is going to check, and if your kid's name is listed on the university graduation list, then it automatically releases the money to your kids. Really? So that's what you mean, a smart contract platform, a platform that can recognize this, and if it sees this and confirms it, it'll do this. Now, I see value in that. Now I can recognize that Vitalik has talent. I don't understand the computer science behind how Ethereum works, but if you're telling me, hey, this Ethereum project is designed so that it creates these smart contracts, these smart software things where if A happens, then it will execute B, and do that over and over multiple times and do it flawlessly, or do it whenever it happens, right? I can see value in that. I can see value in, hey, if I die or something, I leave money to my family and to my kids, and I want to release 10% of the money when my kids graduate from this list of colleges, or if my kids graduate from the military academies, right? I want them to get another 10% of the money if they ever show up in the district offices and they are registered as married and they have kids and stuff. I want them to get another amount of money. And if you're telling me there's a software, there's a smart contract software that is designed that if A happens, then do B, I can see the value in that. I can see that has a lot of value. So basically, you're telling me that this money is programmable. This software, this asset is programmable to be released or to do this when this happens. I can see value in that, and that's why we invested into that. Okay. Now, I'll give you another example. The reason why I share that with you guys is when I went to the Canon camera store in Bangkok, and the camera guy asked me, how did I get started? How did I see? Well, that's why I shared with him. I shared with him that this is the value that I saw. I saw talent and I saw value, and that's what you got to see, guys. Trading, yes, there are technical analysis involved in trading. Yes, there are, controlling your bet size. These are all mathematical. That's not hard to learn. What's hard to learn, in my opinion, is having the eyes to see value. Okay. Now, let me give you a couple examples of people that you guys already know. That you guys already know. All right. So, you guys, if you look on this channel, you will see an old video of me interviewing a girl named Heidi Chakos, okay? And back then, she still is running it, a crypto channel called Crypto Tips, right? You can follow her on Twitter, and her Twitter handle is @blockchainchick. I think that's what it is. If I'm wrong, then just look it up, okay? So anyways, I see this girl broadcasting, all right? And when I see her broadcast, I said, hey, you know what? At that time, we were the most popular cryptocurrency trading and investing channel on the internet. Most popular, okay? At that time, because not too many people were talking about it. And so I brought her on. I tried to recruit her to come be a broadcaster on our channel, okay? And, things didn't work out. She wanted to continue doing it on her own, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you look at her now, let's look at where she was at and where she is now. If you look at the interview of me doing her back then, it didn't look like she was making a lot of money. It didn't look like she had a lot going for her, right? But now, she just renounced her. I'm gonna let this ambulance pass by. So if you look at the video of me interviewing Heidi back then, you can see that you weren't sure if she was really making money or she had money or what the hell was going on, right? That it was not very clear. But now that was in like 2016, I think, or 2017. I can't remember, right? But now you fast forward 5 years later, she just renounced her citizenship, U.S. citizenship. She bought a new citizenship in the island of St. Kitts, right? So she renounced her U.S. citizenship, right? She got a new citizenship in St. Kitts. That's like $150,000 plus lawyer fees and all that other shit, right? So it's probably close to $200,000, right? If I just make a rough estimate there. And then she's living in Portugal right now. She's broadcasting from Portugal, and she's sharing what she's done and everything. And you can tell that the air of success the air of money and financial success is glowing around her. Like, if you watch the old video of me interviewing her, you weren't sure if this girl was making money, but now you know for a fact that she's making money, right? And she's doing really well for herself, right? So, but if you go back to that video, you have to ask yourself, like, what did Ty see in this girl that he tried to recruit her onto his channel? What was it that he saw? Because the girl, the Heidi that you see from back then, and from back in 2016 or 2017 when I interviewed her, plus the Heidi today, is two different people. It's not the same girl anymore. And when I say it's not the same girl anymore, I'm not talking about like her physical looks or none, but you can tell the way she communicates, the demeanor, the confidence that she has, the certainty that she has in crypto, and when people make money and they know they did it through skill and through making good investment and through making good analysis, the aura of confidence is completely different than from someone who just did it by luck. Okay, now is there luck involved with her success? Absolutely. But we know that we can tell that the vast majority of it is making the right decisions, making the right analysis, and doing things like that. So you have to ask, how did I see that? How did I see that was there? Okay, that hey man, we need to recruit this girl onto our channel. Now, even though that didn't work out and stuff, but I'm proud of the fact that I said, hey man, I know this girl is going to be talented in the future, right? I need to try to recruit her now. Now, here's another one. You guys see Omar Bam, the guy from Crypto News? I did try to do the same thing with him, right? Why? Because he, even though he's not interested in working with us, I did reach out to him and try to recruit him to come onto our team. And the reason why is because I saw talent there. Before anybody knew who he was. If you guys look at my old in our old videos in 2016, 2017, right, you will see a video of me interviewing Charles Hoskinson, the living legend, the mighty Charles Hoskinson, right? And in that video, you will notice that I brought Omar onto the channel. Now, why did I do that? Because I saw this guy have talent. I saw that, hey, when everybody was calling Bitcoin a scam, when everybody was saying crypto was bullshit, when everybody was talking about Ethereum was bullshit, this guy had the balls to go out there and broadcast about nothing but Ethereum, right? So he has courage, he's got balls, and I did not see him doing any funny business. Like, both him and Heidi, like, it was very clear that no one, was trying to pay them off to say stupid shit about their coins or their projects, okay? If they did, I didn't see it. Like, it wasn't evident to me, right? It is very evident to me that they were being very truthful, upfront, and straightforward about the coin that they invest in. They talk about it because they invest in it, not because somebody paid them to talk about it, okay? Now, the other one that I saw was, if you look on our channel, you'll see that we tried to recruit Bitcoin Meister, Adam Meister, trying to bring him on our team. Why? Because we saw that he had talent. Okay, so now, but basically, you'll see him making videos on our channel. Now, you guys, if you guys been following me long enough, you guys know that I make fun of the Bitcoin maximalist. So why would I recruit Bitcoin Meister onto our channel and broadcast on our channel? Let him, like, I never censored him. I never tell him what to talk about. Whatever he wanted to broadcast, I would take his video and put it on our channel. Never edited, nothing. He would ask me, hey, to review it or whatever. I never did, because I trusted his talent. I saw what he did on his channel, right? And I brought him onto our channel to get more exposure for him, for Omar, for Heidi, for all these. Hey, I figured, hey, if I can't bring them onto my team, then the next best thing is to get them out, their word out, because I want their message out there in front of other people instead of the jackasses and the dumbasses like, fucking stupid ass Richard Hart or these other idiots out there like Superman or fucking dumbasses like that, right? So if I couldn't get them on my team because of their talent, then I want their talent to shine to the rest of the world and not be overshadowed by the dumbasses like Richard Hart and them guys, okay? So that's what I did. Now, why am I sharing this story with you guys about the the invention of the automobile, the invention of firearms. Why am I talking about Bitcoin Meister? Why am I talking about, Heidi from Crypto Tips? Why am I talking about Omar from Crypto News and all these guys? Because I want you guys to start practicing your eyes to recognize and identify talent. And I want you to start practicing for your eyeballs to recognize value that these inventions and these people provide to other people. What is the value of Bitcoin Meister? What is the value of Omar? What is the value of Heidi? The value is that we can trust their information, right? The value is that what they say, we can trust it. We can say, hey man, we know that when Heidi says something, we know that when Omar says something, we know that when Bitcoin Meister says something, right? We know that what they are saying is their real opinion and they're not being paid by somebody else to say that. They're not being pressured. They're not being under obligation. They're not under responsibility to say that to you. Just like us. Nobody fucking pays us to say anything. Like when I talk about Tezos, it's because I like it, I invest it. When I talk about Cardano, I buy it, I invest in it, and I talk about it. Okay? I'm not talking about it to pump it up, right? I'm not talking about it for any of that stupid reasons. I'm talking about it because I believe that this project has value, the people behind it have value, and this is why I talk about it and I share it with you guys. What you do is up to you. It's not financial advice, okay? So my strongest, I think that if you guys learn anything from us, from our team, from our channel, I want you guys to learn how to recognize talented people and recognize the value that they create for the world. Okay, like you might say, hey Ty, but Omar's he's a news channel, right? Heidi, talks about different crypto, and then Bitcoin Meister only talks about Bitcoin, right? Yeah, but there's value in that because we know that they are not intentionally spreading fake information or gossip or rumor or bullshit information or what I call hype information. Hype. Oh, 100x coin here, 10,000x coin there, right? Like you got these stupid asses in the crypto community that every other freaking video thumbnail that they make, it's 100x this, it's 10x that, it's 500x this, it's 1,000x this. And I'm like, really? Like you find that many winners? You find that many winners in crypto? Like every other video is 100x this or 1,000x that. Like you find that many winners, right? You should be a goddamn billionaire by now. But you're not, right? So, all that hype, right? So, to summarize this video, guys, when you guys look at, this video was inspired when I went to the Canon camera store here in Bangkok, and the guy asked me, how did I do it? How did I get started? How did I do it when I didn't have a lot of money, right? And when I didn't have a lot of money, I took the time to go and research and look for talents. I look for things that provide value to this world. Now, here's another thing, guys. What if you were born to be one of these people over here on this side where you just don't see value? Like Ty, like I no matter how I try, I just can't see the value in this coin or this technology or whatever, right? Well, then the next best thing to do is to find people that you can trust that do have the eyes to see value. Okay? Now, I see value and talent in people, okay? But I don't have the ability to see value in technologies, as well as my business partner, LeonFood.com, right? So that's why I partner up with him, right? And when we started our company, I was the one who put in all the capital, right? And he didn't have to put in any of the capital, but he's one of the majority owners in our company, just like I am. Why? Because I value his knowledge and his skill to be able to see the value in technologies that I cannot see. So that, to me, that was worth giving him equity in the business, and sharing that majority equity with him, simply because he had that talent that I didn't have. So that's what I would say. Like, if you guys are following our channel over the years, then I would say that you're following a good channel. I'm not saying that just to beat my chest, okay? I'm saying that because that's the reality, okay? You can look at our channel, look at all the videos, and there's proof in it right there, right? I'm not making this shit up, all right? So That's the next best thing. If your eyes cannot see talent, if your eyes cannot see value out in the world, the next best thing is to be friends, to partner up, and to be buddies up, or get to know people that can see it. All right? So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I hope that this video helps you guys out and navigate your journey in the cryptocurrency market. If you guys want to learn more about how our team trades, invests, and grow a 7, 8, 9-figure portfolio, I highly recommend that you guys get a copy of our cryptocurrency investing blueprint. You can get it at www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint, right? Get your copy of that, right? Get into our private coaching after you get it, and then we'll share with you guys on a daily basis everything that we do, all right? If that's valuable to you, do that. If it's not valuable to you, then just continue to listen to these videos, all right? So thanks for watching this video. Follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. Thank you.